Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Tato, back again with recipes that make you wanna cook. On today's video, let's make these delicious blueberry scones. Let's get started, guys, and as usual, I will leave all the ingredients in the description box down below. We're going to begin by sifting all our dry ingredients. I will leave all the measurements to this recipe in the description box down below, honey. So we're going to sift everything. The flour, I used 8 cups of sifted flour. I'm going to use 10 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 1/4 cups of white sugar. You can adjust the amount of sugar that you want in here. You can omit the quarter cup, or you can always use 2 cups as well if you really want it sweet. This is me sifting the sugar and the baking powder. Then this is optional. I add about 2 pinches of salt. I like adding just a little bit of salt to my baked goods. I think they just give it a beautiful taste. Then you're going to mix that through and set aside. Now we're going to grate our margarine or butter. You can decide whether you want to use margarine. If you're using margarine, just make sure says it's 70% fat. I'm going to grate it because I'm using it straight out of the refrigerator, and that is the best way you want to use it. And you're going to get a beautiful flaky and well risen scone. You're going to incorporate that, and then you're going to start massaging the butter into the flour until the butter gets saturated and changes color. All right, after your arm workout, this is how your mixture should be looking. And to test that it's saturated, it should hold shape when you press it against your palms. Okay, now for the wet ingredients, this is 2 lemon zests, the zest of 2 lemons, yes, and the juice of half a lemon. I'm adding 1 cup of inkomasi or Maas and half a cup of milk. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence and 2 large eggs. Then we're going to mix that through until combined. Now that's combined, we're going to incorporate some blueberries. I add my blueberries into the wet mixture, and I use 2 tubs, making it 250 grams of blueberries because I love a lot of blueberries. I mean, you've got to have something blueberry, honey. You better have a lot. Now, once that's done, honey, we're going to incorporate the dry and the wet. You're going to add the wet ingredient into the flour section by section, okay? You don't want to just mix everything together and run the risk of over mixing your dough. So you're just going to do it section by section until all the liquid is used up. Now for the final mixing, you just want to make sure that everything is combined together and make sure to scrape. Don't be too hard, just until it comes together just like this, honey, okay? If you have any dry bits, don't worry, we're just going to incorporate it when we work it onto the surface. We're gonna flour our surface sufficiently, and you can choose any cookie cutter that you like. But normally with blueberry scones, I see people like cutting them with a knife into triangles. But baby, I like my scones round. Okay, thanks. Then we were just going to bring the dough together with our hands. Just make sure that you are working with it lightly. We're not kneading, guys. You just want it to come together, right? So that it's easier for you to flatten it out and cut the shapes with your cookie cutter, okay? So once it comes together, you're going to form it into a log like this, and then you're going to start rolling or patting it down. This instance, I patted it down, honey, because I don't have a rolling pin. I know at my big age, I still don't have a rolling pin, okay? I just use whatever I can find. This instance was my hand, okay? So you're going to roll it out any thickness that you like. Remember, the thicker the cut and the higher your scone will rise. The thinner and the smaller your scone will rise. So it's just according to preference. When I started off, I did some really big scones. I cut them really thick, and when they rised in the oven, they rise pretty high, and they can sometimes collapse. just like so. As you can see, it's very thick, so when it goes to oven, it's going to become even thicker, and sometimes they collapse, which is okay, honey. But let me tell you about the taste, honey, okay? Delicious, that's all I can say. And once you have cut your shapes, honey, you're gonna take your baking pan lined with baking paper or sprayed with some cook spray, honey. You're going to layer them and smear some egg, a well beaten egg with a little bit of milk, and you're going to bake in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes, or until golden brown and beautiful like this, honey. I did go ahead to make a glaze. Now, the reason I didn't add as much sugar is because I was going to make a glaze. So this is about a quarter cup of powdered sugar, and all I'm doing is gradually adding some lemon juice to drizzle on top like that until it is runny, baby. Oh, it's everything. That glaze, oh honey, it's everything, because the scone is not that sweet at all, so it gives it an element of sweetness plus the blueberries, baby. That's it for now, guys. I hope you like the recipe. Please do smash that like button, it really helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next one. I hope you try this with your family for the festive season and you enjoy. Do let me know if you try it. Bye.